Hey, job seekers, Jennifer Tardy here, your career success coach, and we're back for our new episode, How to Find Out If You're Being Underpaid. You'd be surprised at the number of people who do not know whether or not they're being underpaid, but the good thing is there's so many tools and resources out there for you, so I'll share those with you in this video. Plus, I'm going to share with you my favorite segment, which is the career success bonus tip for underrepresented populations. And if you've not caught it from previous episodes, be sure to check out our newest course, the Offer Magnet Job Seeker. So if you're interested in becoming an offer magnet, yes, it is possible for you to then check out the course. You can find the details for that in the details section. And so without further ado, let's teach you how to find out if in fact you are being underpaid. Let's get started. Have you ever been, just in your department and looking around and wondering, how much do people get paid around here? I mean, I know there are a lot of people that have felt that way, and they felt that they are being underpaid, and they just didn't really know what to do about it to verify it. Most people will take the method of going to talk to their boss, but there are really some other ways that you can do it before you even go and have that conversation with your boss. So allow these ways to empower you to check your worth, to press play on your pay. Come on. It's for some of us, we've been in pause too long on our earnings, and it's time to get things started in a productive way with your pay. So let me share with you a few things to keep in mind as you are checking on your own earnings. The first thing that I want you to keep in mind is that you can, in fact, do your own research. So there are some go-to websites that are really, really good at you entering information into a wizard-like form, and then it spits out what you probably should be making. My first go-to is through Glassdoor. Over the last few years, they've created a tool called Know Your Worth. So it's the Glassdoor Know Your Worth tool, and they have this wizard, and it's really easy to use. You just answer their questions, and they'll spit out information on how much you should be making right now in the position that you're in. Plus, a go-to of mine has always been for years, salary.com. I really like how salary.com will allow you to look at job descriptions, and it's also regional as well too. And so that also helps to keep things in perspective. So the first thing to keep in mind is that you can do your own research. Some information is public too. And so if you're like a teacher, for instance, those salaries are very public. If you're working on public contracts, that information is public as well too. So don't be afraid to take a look for your own benefit. Another thing that I don't know if you guys are aware that I've created a video in the past about how your experience affects your salary. If you haven't seen that video, then go ahead and check out that video too, because I really want you to have a good understanding of the type of experience that you have, the amount of experience that you have, how that is a direct reflection of salary. This is also good too for those who are who are about to graduate and with internships and things like that. That video can help you as well. Now, the second thing that I want you to keep in mind as you are trying to find out if you're being underpaid is going back to Glassdoor for a second. I'm a huge fan of Glassdoor, as you can see. So not only do they have the Know Your Worth tool, but there is another section of Glassdoor where people who are current employees at different organizations, or even previous employees at organizations, when they set up their profiles in Glassdoor, they are able to leave an account of how much they're actually making or how much they made when they were working there. And I like that a lot too, especially if I am interviewing for that same company. And so It's the same notion of employees leaving reviews about an organization. They can also make vocal, or they can also make visible their salaries there too. And so you're able to compare what other people are inputting compared to yours. But keep in mind too that this is information that's being put in by individuals themselves too. So take that for what it's worth. But the more places you have to do your research and to compare that data, the better it is for you. A quick pause. Now, is there a different tool that's your go-to tool, that as you're thinking about your worth and how much, and checking to see if you're being paid well or underpaid, what's the tool that you're also using? If it's different from the ones that I've mentioned, put it in the comment section below. I'd be interested to start a conversation about that. Another thing to keep in mind as you're doing your research is that pay attention to your job title, but also pay attention to your job duties when you are comparing what the market says you should be getting paid. What can be unfortunate is there are many of you out there working for employers where you started off doing job duties that match your job title, but over the years, your job duties have expanded, but your job title has remained the same. That could get a lot of people confused about what they really should be making. And so first of all, make sure that your job duties, that based on the job duties that you have the correct job title. And when you're going out to do your market research, that you're looking at both. But if your job title is off, then focus only on your job duties and match it that way, because that's going to be the way that you'll have a conversation with your employer if you do find that you're being underpaid. And we'll talk about that in a future episode. Now, if you're very interested in knowing how companies determine your salary, I've also made a video for that. And if you're just curious to know how they determine your salary, check out that video when you get an opportunity. Okay, now we're on to my favorite segment, which is the career success bonus tip for underrepresented populations. And as we're talking about being underpaid, I think that this tip is particularly useful for women and people of color, because statistically, we are underpaid, and it doesn't matter the level of education, it doesn't matter the years of experience or the industry. You tend to find that the data suggests that across industries, that across educational attainment levels, that there is a disparity. And so, for instance, you hear a lot about closing the wage gap, which is focused on gender in particular. And one of the areas of interest is that it takes women up until April of the next year to earn as much as men, particularly white men, earn this year. And so let's put it in context for you. So we are in 2018 right now. And by the time we get to males earning by December 31st of 2018, it will take a woman until April of 2019 who's in that same job to earn the same amount of money. And it's even more disparaging as you think about women of color, and particularly Black women. It takes Black women 8 months into the new year. So when we think about women in general, April of 2019, think of Black women being August of 2019. And so there's a huge disparity in pay as we're looking at doing pay for the same amount of work. And so I am a big proponent that every single person that's watching this video, go in and check to see where your pay relates to market pay. And I tell people constantly that if you've been at your company more than 2 to 3 years, I can almost guarantee that you're being paid less than you probably should be paid relative to your peers in the market doing the same work. So it's something to check out, and I hope that you take the time to check it out too. And odds are, if you are watching this video, you could probably also use my free guide, which is 21 pieces of career advice for underrepresented populations. Go to the details section below, check out that guide. It's there, it's for you, and it's for free. And if you want to learn how to become an offer magnet, join the tribe, join the following of people who are completely positive and are ready to move things forward in their own career. Now, remember what I always tell you, that in order for us to become underrepresented no more, we must listen, engage, apply, repeat. Now we must learn. I'm Jennifer Tardy. I am your career success coach, and I will, as always, see you in the next video. Take care.